Whenever that thing goes red. What is up, everybody? Ray and Brendan here with Franchise Tag Fantasy Football, bringing you the news, the notes, the waiver wire ads that you're going to need to get yourself ready for week 2. Look, we just got done with Monday Night Football, and we got some things to talk about, right, Brendan?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, my goodness. So let's do a quick recap of Monday night. I think it's pretty important, honestly, and we'll go to the news and notes, and then we'll go to the waivers.
Yeah.
So stick around with this, right? Hit that like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, those things, Big news, and I think this is just, we're going to start off with this because that's what everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers went down 4 plays in, busted my parlay. This affects so much of that offense.
And he not only busted your parlay, but he busted his Achilles too.
Yeah, he did. So looking at the tape, looking at what they had put out there, reading Robert Saleh's face, it's not looking good. Probably most likely Achilles tear. He was able to walk it off. So he was able to walk off the field. So maybe partial tear, but doesn't matter. He's out for the season. Most likely. We don't know that yet, but most likely out for the season.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Garrett Wilson going forward right now?
I'm scared. I went through this before with Zach Wilson throwing to Garrett Wilson, and it's not fun. You're going to just be so irritated. Like, we can talk about tonight's game because Zach Wilson played after that down, and so he looked like Zach Wilson again. I mean, this team is going to be I will call them the New York Falcons. They're going to have Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook lead this team to all their wins, and that defense is immaculate.
Yeah, their defense looks really good. They have another steal at corner now. What is his name? I can't remember his name right now.
Witherspoon?
Yes. What do you have? 3 interceptions right now? It
might
be on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, he looks like Ed Reed out there.
Yeah, it might be on the other side of the ball. It could have been that reason as well. But also a big note right there, Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I bet everybody that took a chance and, was like, yeah, he was really good last season. Let's take a look. You're taking your victory laps right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's not us here. I can't take a victory lap.
I took him in a couple drafts, but, I was still nervous about taking him. But I'm happy now. 4th round, that looks like a steal.
Yeah. And I think that Dalvin Cook probably gets phased out sooner rather than later because Breece Hall looked good. And
yes,
Michael Carter also got on the field more than I thought that he was going to.
Yeah, I think there's just going to be a running team. So I think they're just going to cycle those guys out and just see just any kind of burst they can get out of it. And I think it's safe to say that none of the tight ends on the Jets are going to be relevant. Allen Lazard's going to be irrelevant. Garrett Wilson's, you're going to be really, really scratching your head when you start him because it's just going to be rough. Like tonight, he had 5 receptions,
56 yards, and
a touchdown. Which
one
was
of the most
immaculate.
One of the most disgusting touchdowns I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson needs to buy him a Christmas present right now. On the opposite side of the ball, what the hell was Josh Allen doing tonight?
He looked like a rookie.
Worse. Anthony Richardson didn't look that bad.
Nope. So 3 picks. Let me read you a stat line here. 29 for 41, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He rushed for 6 attempts and 36 yards. So you think he got only 6 points in fantasy because of those picks.
Even when he was taking off and running, he was not sliding. He was taking hard hit after hard hit. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on? What happened? I think Stephon Diggs was fine tonight. He probably failed a lot.
100 yards, touchdown. He was typical Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
James Cook looked really good.
Yes.
He's going to be the lead back there. He had 12 attempts, 46 yards, 4 receptions. If you took him where you took him, probably after the 6th round, you're really happy because that's going to be a good flex play for you going forward.
Yeah, and then you saw Damian Harris get in there in the goal line. He didn't look good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But I would think that going forward, Josh Allen's probably going to take a lot more goal line work, right?
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. Dalton Kincaid looked okay, 4 receptions, 26 yards. I think the Jets defense is just that good. I'm really curious to see what happens going forward because they were just flying all over the place.
I can't believe that Aaron Rodgers got hurt in 4 plays. I can't believe that.
The franchise is cursed, man. That franchise is legitimately cursed. I feel bad for Jets fans. Like, I don't have any beef towards them. Like, I was like, oh man, it's gonna be exciting. I drafted Garrett Wilson super high. I was really hoping for this like connection, and I mean, let the rumble start now. Of Tom Brady, of any quarterback you can think of as a free agent is going to go there. But you're looking at like Carson Wentz probably going to be signing there sometime soon.
We talked about this before the show, and I'm just going to throw it out in the universe. I want to be the first person to say it. Would they make a trade for J-Bo? Go get Jameis Winston, bring him in, let him sling that rock so that Garrett Wilson becomes relevant. That's all they need, really, is somebody that can really push the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson cannot do that.
You mean Zach Wilson?
I'm sorry, Zach Wilson. I'm thinking of my true love.
Yes.
But God, so disappointing.
Buffalo, no one after Stephon was good though. Gabe had 2 receptions. Dalton Kincaid had 4. Dawson Knox had 3. James Cook had 4. But yeah, I mean, it was just literally Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, and really, James Cook is the big takeaway that I would like to talk about.
Yeah.
I would like to make sure that if for whatever reason he wasn't drafted in your league, that's the move to go do. Like, before we start talking about waivers at all. What do you say we move into the notes, huh?
Let's go for it.
The actual things, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, as we alluded to before, Jets head coach Robert Saleh has initially said that it's not good. Whatever injury it is. As an Achilles tear survivor myself, the doctor that performed that test on him knows exactly how much of his Achilles was torn in 3 seconds of touching his little tootsies. So they know.
That's crazy just to know, like, just by touching your foot, and it just that's pretty crazy.
That my VA doctor knew. Literally just pushed my foot once. He's like, you have a 90% tear. And he was spot on because the MRI showed it and they're like, yep, 90% tear. So maybe he's just a savant. Who knows? Austin Eckler's dealing with an ankle injury. We're going to talk about that specifically in the waivers. I think that might be the move.
Yeah, if you own Eckler, you should be monitoring that and just see what he does practice-wise. Wednesdays, don't freak out. It's Wednesday. It's everyone's rule of thumb. It's Wednesday. Not everybody practice. Thursday and Friday is where you should worry.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Colts running back Evan Hall dealing with a knee injury. I don't think anybody cares about that.
No.
Melvin Gordon. I think that he's going to have a role, but in my opinion, I like Justice Hill much more, a lot more.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more when we go to the waiver wires.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon got called up to the practice squad. Obviously, we talked about on Sunday's episode that unfortunately JK tore his Achilles and they knew right away. So
it's because they know
that backfield's open. We'll talk about who we think is going to be the better of that backfield.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers went to concussion protocol during the game.
Shocker.
Tajay Spears out-snapped Derrick Henry. This is a surprising stat that we didn't know about until we started looking at the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
34 snaps to 30. 34 snaps to Tajay Spears.
He was Derrick down Henderson. On every third down. He was back there. So, yeah. I mean, he was probably drafted in most leagues, but, I mean, you should just monitor that just going forward.
Yeah. Just something to maybe put in your back pocket if you got a roster spot to burn. I don't know. Kevontae Turpin, I think, was a result of, let's say, garbage time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much really the crux of all the news that we didn't cover yesterday.
Yeah.
I would like to say that just a couple with what I was saying Sunday, but Roshan Johnson, I think, is the RB1 in Chicago. I think he is. He looked much better while on the field. So I just wanted to point that out. Probably already drafted, but something to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into what everybody's here to see, the meat and potatoes, the waiver wire ads themselves.
Yeah. Let's do it here. We'll start with the running backs here. So we talked about it on yesterday's episode when we broke down the games, but Kyron Williams, man, he didn't out-snap Cam Akers, but he looked a lot better of the two. However, any play Cam was in for the 26 snaps, 24 of them were running plays. So it's pretty obvious the defense got to pick that up. So you really can't hold that against him. But, I mean, Kyron Williams looked really good. He was a part of the passing game compared to Cam Akers being not a part of it. So FAAB-wise, Ray, how much would you burn out of 100?
If you're the Aaron Jones owner, this is my situation specifically in my main league. If I'm the Aaron Jones owner and I'm trying to get Kyron Williams, I'm most likely spending between 15 to 18%.
Okay.
And that's because I need a running back. But if you're okay with maybe not risking all of that FAAB, because that's a lot of FAAB, I would say 10%.
Just to be safe, if I was an Aaron Jones owner, I would make sure I'd probably go 20. I know it's a lot, but I just want to make sure I get it. I just want to make sure I get it though. If it's Aaron Jones is, going to be out, if there's a fear for that and he doesn't practice this week and he's going to be out for this game, I'd spend I would spend about 20% of it. So
yeah, that's the highest end of that. I wouldn't go higher.
No.
I wouldn't go higher.
Anybody that spends over that, it's okay. They wanted him more.
Yeah, they wanted him more. They're going to get him for sure.
Yeah. So after that, obviously we talked about J.K. Dobbins here. So Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, and Melvin Gordon. I'd say all three of these names. For me, Gus Edwards probably gets a bulk of the load, but Justice Hill looked a lot more better on the field because he got the 2 touchdowns. But I mean, Melvin Gordon might get worked in too. I think I'd want to own Justice Hill more than Gus Edwards.
I don't really want any of them, but if I had to pick one, for me, it's Justice Hill because he looked like he had more burst. He had more in the tank than what Melvin Gordon's going to have for sure.
Yeah. If you're a J.K. Dobbins owner, how much are you spending FAAB-wise on Justice Hill then?
Again, because there's other waiver priorities that I would like more than Justice Hill.
Okay.
I would say probably 14 to 16%, and 16 is the high end for me. Okay.
I think about the same. I think about 15%. Again, if you're a J.K. Dobbins owner, I'm on the side of 20%. You just lost your 5th rounder, 6th rounder. You need
your
that
RB2
replacement. Yeah, your RB2. So be careful of that. Kenneth Gainwell, I mean, he's probably owned in probably some of the more competitive leagues, but if he isn't, I would definitely go and get him because he led the backfield in running snaps 14 out of the 16. And I know he's injured right now, but they have a turnaround game pretty quickly this Thursday versus the Vikings. I mean, if he starts, I'm starting him.
So for me, Kenneth Gainwell I would add at 23 to 25%. That's where I'm sitting at. Again, because running backs right now are scarce. There's some going down, some shifts that are happening. But I would temper my expectations on what this was because you heard the head coach. What did he say? This was atrocious.
Atrocious. They didn't get DeAndre Swift more than 2 more than 2 touches. But he's the one that calling the plays, like you've told me before the show. So it's just kind of weird.
I don't know. And if Kenneth Gainwell is hurt, which he does have an injury history, I still think that DeAndre Swift gets on the field more throughout the season. What that game was just didn't make any sense to me that DeAndre Swift didn't get burned.
Yeah, that game last night was the Eagles shooting themselves in the foot while the Patriots were punching themselves in the nuts all in one.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like they wanted each other to win the game.
Yeah, because look, I watching Kenneth Gainwell, I'm actually watching him. I'm seeing a running back that didn't do anything to lose his job, but he didn't do anything to make me impressed with the work he did. Yes, he got 80%, 90% of the carries, but he didn't look necessarily like, oh man, Kenneth Gainwell's lighting the world on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me ask you, if you're a Rashad Penny owner, are you holding still?
No.
You're cutting him?
Oh yeah.
I would if you have an injury of a player and you need to replace them, that's probably the person I'd look to. But I would hold for one more week and just see what they do. You don't know. It's a Thursday night game. Again, if Gainwell gets hurt, I think he gets activated. If Trey Sermon gets activated and he still doesn't get activated, cut him.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the case. But I would say if your bench is kind of a little smaller and you have to make some moves, I'm cutting Rashad Penny with no hesitation.
Yeah. So how much Kenneth Gainwell, you're going to spend about how much? 23
to 26.
Okay.
That's somewhere 26 being the absolute highest.
Okay.
23, I bet you get it.
Yeah. And so next bit of news, again, this guy is probably owned, but he's not 100% owned, and this guy should be. It's Tyler Algier. He's going to get over 1,000 yards again this year. That team is literally going to run the ball all day long because Desmond Ridder is not a good quarterback.
Yeah, I will say that you should not expect 23 points a week or 20, whatever he put up. You shouldn't do that.
No.
I do believe that Bijan will take that backfield over. Most likely within the next 4 weeks, he'll take it over. But this will get you through, some tough time. Again, Aaron Jones owners. This is where I'm looking. Yeah. Maybe not this week because, the Packers' run defense looked pretty damn good against the Bears.
I'm in a weird spot. I own Cam Akers and Tyler Algier next week, and I don't know who I'm going to start next week. So, yeah, that's where I'm exactly at when you just made that expression. I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit there and panic.
That's a good one to cover on the show when we get to starts and sits. I think, honestly. But
if Tyler Algier's out there, Ray, how much are you spending?
Ooh, he is out there for me.
How much are you going to spend to get him?
Probably 25.
Okay.
He's the one I'm actually going after. And everybody in the show, or everybody that is in my league watches the show, so they're going to know. But 25. That's where I'm feeling. So I'm probably going to go higher than that. The price is probably going to be 30, fellas. 30, fellas. Listen to that. But 25 in any other league that I'm not playing in and people don't know exactly how much I'm going to spend.
Yeah. Next bit, Joshua Kelly, he looked great in the snaps he played. He had over 91 yards rushing. Austin Eckler still did what he did. He got injured a little bit, so be mindful of that. So if you are an Austin Eckler owner, I would be looking at Joshua Kelly because not only did he look good, but he might be injured. So how much are you going to spend on Joshua Kelly?
Joshua Kelly is the one that I like the most out of all of these. And if you had like a Joshua Kelly or Tyler Algier, I'm going Joshua Kelly. He looked great. And he doesn't have a whole lot. He doesn't have a Bijan on the other side of this, No. Even if Eckler plays, he's hurt. They're not going to rush him out there. Why would they? So a lot of these sound like we're looking at 20% for these. Mm-hmm. It's probably because running backs have a premium right now.
Yeah.
Your waiver wire running backs always have a premium. Again, I'm probably spending about 20% of my FAAB on Joshua Kelly. And I'm probably putting in multiple offers on Tyler Algier and Joshua Kelly to see if I can get one of them.
Okay. If you're an Austin Eckler, how much are you really spending?
Ooh, that means you're spending a little more. You might be in the 30 range.
Okay. And last bit of news for my apologies.
No, that's tough though.
That's
gross. That's a really, really, really high number. But you want to at least have a pivot in those last second things where, hey, Austin Eckler ain't playing today, but you have 2 minutes to pick somebody up,
Yeah. Last bit of running backs to pick up Zach Moss. I'm going to say as a Colts fan, I'm going to say this. Deion Jackson sucked. He had 2 fumbles. He only got you 1 point. We are going to run the ball. We are going to try to run the ball. Until Jonathan Taylor comes back, Zach Moss will be the RB1, and he will get the touches. And he will get you hopefully better than Deion Jackson, which was 13 carries for 14 yards. He does 3 yards a carry, and I'll take that.
I'm not interested in Zach Moss at all. He's not a very good football player, and that's just what it is.
Hey, if you're in a competitive league, like I'm in some of these, like he's available in one of them, so I might consider it. But other than that, I'm staying away. So I'll move to the wide receivers here. I think it's a pretty obvious raise. The big name, Puka Nacua. He's going to be the guy until Cooper Kupp comes back. Led the team in targets, receptions, yards. It was 10 receptions, 119 yards. That was more than half, I think, the team's targets. So definitely, how much are you spending on Puka?
Maybe 10%. If you're the Cooper Kupp owner, probably a little more, but 10% sounds about right. I'm not going crazy with it because he does have a limited time shelf life with this.
Yeah,
and maybe not. Who knows, right? Who knows? I would go 10%.
Okay. I don't own Cooper Kupp. I'm probably doing max 15. If I own Cooper Kupp, I'm probably doing 20 because he looks like the guy. So.
Okay, well, the next guy you're talking about, Tutu Atwell.
Hey, Rams fans are finally excited this dude finally did something because he looked like a bust.
No, he did for a long time, but he was hurt. Yeah. But he's also 165 pounds.
Yeah, he's a little dude. 6 receptions, 119 yards. He was the big everyone, what you thought Van Jefferson was going to be was what Tutu Atwell was. He was the one catching the bombs. He was the one wide open downfield. Van Jefferson dropped a couple passes actually. So I would actually pick Tutu Atwell over Van Jefferson going forward.
Wasn't Tutu Atwell a second round pick?
Second round pick, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so was Van Jefferson.
True, but I mean, I would have Tutu going forward.
Yeah. I was just saying, I was thinking to myself, like, they were both second round picks, and like they've not ever been really anything. But maybe it's because Cooper Kupp has been there, and that, like, you know, that's just the target monster, you know.
Yeah. How much are you spending FAAB wise on him?
Tutu probably 6 to 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, nothing crazy, just
something. A little something. All right, so we're gonna talk about Ray's dude here next. Rashid Shaheed got himself a day with Carr, man. 5 receptions, 89 yards, touchdown, was immaculate in the return game.
He just looked like he was so necessary to that offense. And when he wasn't on the field, the offense didn't look so good. So, I mean, I think, and this is just what I'm seeing, and it sucks because you can't use him in a running back spot.
Yeah.
In probably most leagues. It sucks because he should be, because he lines up in the backfield a lot. You know, he only got 2 carries, but like, don't worry about that. He lines up in the backfield, damn it.
Like Taysom Hill being a tight end.
Yeah, right. Like the Saints just get a different set of rules for their positions, you know?
Yeah.
For him,
yeah,
I'm looking at about 11 to 12%.
Okay, so you like him a little more?
Yeah, he has a more solidified role than Puka Nuka-Cola.
Last wide receiver who I actually am going to probably target pretty heavily is Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
He led the team in targets. He had 6 receptions, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he might be the best receiver on that team. I mean, the only guy who hasn't played yet is Devonta Parker. I've seen Devonta Parker play. It's cool and all, but Kendrick Bourne looked like he was unlocked with Bill O'Brien's new offense. I would target him pretty heavily. I'm looking at like 20 to 25% FAAB.
Ooh.
I'm betting heavily on him.
You'd beat me. My highest would be 17. 17%.
No,
you'd beat me.
I'd like him going forward.
But I will say, he has shown those flashes before. This is not the first time we've heard his name. It's not the first time he's, blown up. But maybe he did take a step forward. And if you're a receiver desperate, he might be the move going forward.
Yeah. No, I like him. I like him a lot. I think he could be this team's receptions leader.
Yeah.
There's only one quarterback I think that I would start going forward of the back end guys you took, like after like the 10th quarterback on. It's Jordan Love. Yes, Ray. It's your guy. Yes. He is someone I would, if you had a struggle at quarterback like Geno, Daniel Jones, one of those guys, I'd think Jordan Love would be the guy going forward. He just looked really good in the offense.
It's like somebody said to everybody, if you're running a Superflex league, roll out Jordan Love. Do it. You're going to be fine. No, so one thing that I would caveat with Jordan Love, and I was at the game, I watched it, is the offense right now is not letting him open it up as much as I'd like to see it. And I think that progressively the season goes on, he will be able to do that. They're going to allow him. Matt LaFleur is going to allow him to open it up, But a lot of checkdowns, and that could have also been because they didn't have Christian Watson. Romeo Doubs wasn't playing for the majority of snaps. It was Jaden Reed and a slew of guys you don't know, unless you're a Packer fan. So that could have been it too. But yeah, at quarterback, I think Jordan Love's going to be fine going forward.
Yeah, I know they play the Falcons next week, and Falcons actually do have a pretty good defense, so this will be a good test for him.
Yeah,
I feel comfortable after watching him play. He looked pretty poised. He didn't look like a rookie, that's for sure.
No.
So
because
everyone can consider this as rookie season, whatever you want to call it, but that is here. Last bit, it's tight ends. There's only one name that really I know, I get it, everyone's gross, but Hayden Hurst. I mean, Carolina, they really had nothing going for them. He led a team in receptions. He had 5 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Again, if you were in tight end wasteland, you didn't draft one of the top 6 guys. It doesn't even matter if it's top 6; it's all wasteland, anyways. I would put some FAAB in for him. Chig Okonkwo looked bad with Tannehill.
Tannehill looked bad.
Tannehill just looked awful. I mean, I'm trying to think of like other like tight ends in that area. I'm just drawing a blank, but like Dalton Schultz, like guys like you took like that, like Cole Kmet. Like I think I'd start Hayden Hurst again just to see maybe that could be Bryce Young's new target. Who knows? We don't know what the rookie's gonna do, but Hayden Hurst.
Cole Kmet's probably the line for me.
Okay, yeah. How much FAAB you spend on Hayden Hurst?
5, and that maybe 6 just to get him.
Yeah.
6 to get him, but like that, like 5 sounds right, and like even then, I'm like, it's a tight end. I don't really want to do that. But he did have like what seemed to be a good rapport with Bryce Young, and if that's going to be a target leader on that team, that's extremely valuable. If it's 5-6 receptions, he'll be a tight end 1. That's what it'll be. I hate tight ends so much.
Yeah, don't we all? But that's all I have for Wires. Ray, do you have anything?
I do not have anything else. If you guys stuck around this long, guys, please hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Let us know what we're doing right and wrong in the comments if we're helping you all out. If you guys have some specific questions about what kind of FAAB you have, your specific league questions, drop those in the comments, and I'll make sure that one of us is going to get back to you as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess until next time, guys.
Hold on, Ray. What's your hot take for next week? Starting right now. What's your hot take for fantasy?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on. I didn't know I was doing this. What's the?
I put you on the spot.
I did. Yeah. What's your hot take? What are you putting me on the spot for?
I think Patrick Mahomes won't be a QB1.
Oh, no, I'm not going that hot. Nope. Nope.
There.
I refuse to go that hot. Right now, shit. Breece Hall is going to be the running back 5
for the week or the year.
For the year. That's how I feel right now. That's super hot. Like that's how I feel. After watching him tonight, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But nah, probably not. I don't know. That's a tough question. That's
I know.
Toughie.
I just want to put you on the spot.
Puka repeats. Puka
No.
repeats.
All right.
Puka repeats.
All right.
Because they're going to be down because the Rams fucking suck. But that's it. That's it, guys.
All right.
Thanks for sticking around this long, and we'll see you guys next time.